I think it's time we talk about what's in the bag. No, it's not a huge stand-up paddleboard. No, it's not a huge surfboard. Yes, it's a... Well, now it's a boat. Alrighty guys, this is our 3.7 meter Quickboat. We bought this second hand for the trip itself. It takes us about 5 minutes to build and 20 minutes to get it all in the water. It's made out of a mixture of fiberglass and Kevlar, making it super strong and also buoyant. So the actual main boat is made out of 4 main sections that fold out. And then you got the 2 seats in the backboard that clip in with these little paddle clips that act as the main center supports to make it all rigid and strong. Alrighty guys, now into why we chose this instead of anything else. There are a lot of options when it comes to this, but at the end of the day we did not want to tow. Main reason is we go to too many places and go down way too many tracks where you can't take a boat and you can't take any sort of trailer, so it was either this or to put a tinny on the roof. The reason we opted for this instead of a tinny on the roof is because the troopy is already a bit of a brick, and if we had a tinny on top of there we would have real problems with clearance and things like that. Another reason is weight. This is extremely light, only coming in at about 60 kgs the entire thing all in, and a tinny roughly about 110, 120 kgs all in. Another thing is that it's not a huge compromise having this on the roof. If we didn't use this for the whole trip it wouldn't really bother us. If we had a tinny on the roof it would be a huge compromise to fuel and also to clearance and things like that, and we'd feel a bit bad if we didn't use it. Alrighty, let's take it out in the water. Alrighty guys, since we found ourselves a nice little quiet spot here on the river, I think it's time we talk about pros and cons. So starting with pros, firstly compact. It is extremely compact. You can fit this in any setup. It is really just easy to fit anywhere. Secondly, weight. This boat was of course a lot lighter than any other kind of boat. It weighs only about 60 kgs. Being light, it means that you only have to have a small motor to get the same performance. This being so light, we only have to have a 10 horsepower motor on the back to get really good performance out of it. Next thing, this boat is the strongest of its kind. There are other boats, also folding boats, that are similar, but this is by far the strongest and toughest of all of them. Being made out of fiberglass and Kevlar, it is extremely strong and durable. Another thing is it's really quick to set up. It only takes us about 5 minutes to actually build the boat and max 20 minutes to get it into the water. That's quicker than you can get a tinny off the roof and into the water. One of the biggest pros about the Quickboat is that you can set it up absolutely anywhere. You don't need a boat ramp. You can literally carry it down to the beach. Many times on this trip we've just carried it literally down the walkway onto the beach and quickly set up. Other boats you have to have a boat ramp, or you have to be able to drive onto the beach and actually get the boat off the roof. The last pro that I'll mention is the cost. We bought the second hand for $2.5 grand, all in, with the motor, with everything in. Time to talk about cons. First con is that you have to set it up. It's not like a boat on a boat trailer. You have to set it up, which means you also have to take everything out and put everything back into it when you want to use it. It's not like a boat where you can just leave all your fishing gear, all your fuel, everything inside the boat. Everything has to come out and everything has to be put back in. Second con has to be rough seas. I would be second guessing myself if I was going to take this out into big swell. Even though it is the strongest of its type and is very durable, it is still quite nerve-wracking in rough seas. We've had it a couple times in quite choppy waters, and because all the things clip together, everything does have a bit of movement. So you do hear the odd clacker, 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 which does make you a bit nervous. Other than that, there aren't many other cons. Probably the biggest con is that they don't make it anymore. You can still find them second hand. We looked for a while and we found a few, and this was the best one. but you do have to keep your eye out on Marketplace or other things like that to find one just like this. Alrighty guys, time for a little bit of fun. Let's test this boat out. Alrighty guys, first test, speed and acceleration. Let's go. Alright guys, next test is acceleration. Final test, the agility test. How fast can we go through the course? Here we go. Alrighty guys, that's enough fooling around. It's time to use the boat, what we actually bought it for, catch some dinner. If you like the video, please subscribe, like, and we'll catch you in the next one. Best part about this boat is the bags. Thanks, Nico.